Hi friends, it's Mr. Jim and welcome back to Kid Short Stories. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. We have a ton of fun here, and for all of my other awesome listeners, thank you for listening every day. I know you have so many different options to listen from, but parents, thank you for inviting our stories into your home, into your cars, and into sleepy time. Well, friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go! It was a rainy day outside as Julian and Bryn were playing in their playroom with all their toys and all their things and looking for something new to do. Bryn was leaned up against the window as she looked out at the rain, pittering and pattering and splashing in little puddles on the ground. Julian, kind of tired of playing with these toys. Do you want to play dress up? She asked. Ooh, that's a great idea. Let's go see what kind of costumes we can find. Come on. Julian led Bryn over to the closet as they opened it up and found the bin inside that was full of all the different costumes they had. There were a lot of different options, but the one that caught their attention were the knight's costume. Yeah, you know, a knight is a very brave person who wears a helmet and armor all over their body, and maybe even carries a sword. Julian, can you help me put on my helmet and all of my stuff? Asked Bryn. Yep, I'm almost done. Yeah. There were a lot of different pieces of armor that they had to both put on. And then finally, the last finishing touches were these very special knight helmets. They were the kind of helmets that had this cage, this piece that slid over their faces from the top. You grabbed it from the top of your head and you pulled it down over your face. Can you imagine what that looks like? Well, little did they know that as soon as they pulled that part of the helmet over their faces, something truly magical was about to happen. Shing! Shing! Whoa! These helmets sure sound real, said Bryn. Yeah, I know it. I thought these were plastic, but they sound and kind of feel like metal. Bryn? Where are we? It was at that moment that these two kids looked around and realized they were no longer in their playroom. They weren't even in their house anymore. They were outside, surrounded by a forest. Hold on a second. How do we get out here? Said Bryn. And look, the rain even stopped. It's sunny and the sky's blue and... Holy smokes, Julian! You look like a real knight! Julian looked down and moved his hands around, and all of a sudden, somehow, that plastic armor that he put on, it was real. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. He turned into a real knight in shining armor. Holy smokes, Bryn. You too! You're a real knight! What is going on? He shouted. Brum, brum, brum. From the distance, they could hear the sound of a horse coming towards them. Hey! Hey, you too! Brum, brum, brum. The horse came closer and the rider called out. Boy, am I glad that I found two brave knights. You see, the king is coming. The king is coming! Julian and Bryn looked at each other and realized that not only were they not inside their house, but it seemed like they were in a faraway place a long, long time ago. I don't understand, sir. Are you in trouble or what's going on? What do you mean? That king he's evil and he's trying to get me, and you two are not safe here. He's got a freeze ray. He'll turn you into an ice cube. It all happened so fast, but off in the distance, they could hear a lot of horses coming. Brum, 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 brum. That's him now. I'm sorry. I gotta get out of here. That rider and his horse took off, as Julian and Bryn were now left standing alone in the middle of this forest, apparently as an evil king was approaching with some kind of ice freeze ray. What have we found here, my troops? It appears that we have found 2 lost knights. Holy smokes, Julian. That guy sounds like Dr. Stinky Breath. Hey, we were just passing through here. We don't mean any harm. We're just gonna keep going on our way. You must be new here if you don't know how to respect the King Stinky. And for that, my purple knights will freeze you with the ray. You will spend one day stuck inside of an ice cube.
Yeah, King, it's gonna be a little bit cold. You better stand back as I hold out this ice ray.
And just like that, as the purple knight grabbed the ice ray and pointed it at both Julian and Bryn, the ice ray fell down onto the ground. Bryn, smash it with your sword! Hurry! Bryn grabbed her sword and without flinching, she swung the sword right at the ice ray. Crack! It split in half, pieces flying everywhere.
King Stinky, they broke the freeze ray!
What? Get over here! Julian, run for it! Shouted Bryn. Julian and Bryn started running through the forest as fast as they could. It's kind of hard to run and breathe with all this heavy stuff, shouted Julian. I don't know, maybe take off the helmet. It'll make it lighter. Just like that, as Bryn and Julian grabbed their knight helmets and pulled them off, poof. Whoa! Poof. They landed on their couch back at their house. Wait, Bryn, where are we? Are we back home? Oh, Bryn, we made it! Julian and Bryn gave each other a big hug. That was insane and... Wait, King Stinky. You don't think that was like Dr. Stinky Breath in some kind of other universe, do you? Asked Bryn. I'm pretty sure that was because those purple knights sounded a lot like purple ninjas, said Julian. Wow, we gotta be extra careful with those costumes, said Bryn. They carefully took off the rest of the armor off of their body and put it back into the closet. Because as fun as that was, going back to some other universe, it was a little extra wild, and maybe next time they should bring some spy gear with them just in case. Because even though this is the end of our story, I think it's only just the beginning of learning about all the other times, places, and universes that Dr. Stinky Breath seems to live inside of. The end. Hey friends, I need your help celebrating a birthday. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday, Jonah, who's turning 4 years old. Jonah loves his little brother, Lucas, mini golf, and of course, cake. Wow, Jonah, I hope you get some cake today. And I'm so glad we got to celebrate you and your big day on the show. Happy 4th birthday. Friends, if you want to celebrate your big day on the show, we're looking at scheduling April and coming soon, May birthday. So if your birthday's in April or May, make sure your parents check down in the show notes below to see how you can schedule your birthday shout out on the show. Well, friends, I hope you all have a super duper day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.